Hello, everyone. Welcome to a special Watch If podcast with the whole gang.
Hey.
Hi.
We just saw Star Wars Rogue One.
We sound like we've come back from a funeral, but it's actually
Quite the opposite.
It's because we are recording at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning.
6 in the morning.
And
we watched Rogue One at 12, and now we haven't slept, and now it's 6.
Yeah,
I know what you're thinking. That's 3 hours, but we got on the wrong bus.
we got on the wrong bus and we took an hour to talk things over in Costa.
Yeah.
So that's how we got here. But first, little warning: we are going to be talking spoilers because there's so much much goddamn juicy Star Wars stuff to talk about. But as a buffer for that, first, we've got a little festive section for this episode.
Some would call it a circle jerk.
Some would call it that.
It's
and
something
they would
not
be
for
wrong.
the fans.
Basically, we are doing our little Secret Santa.
Yes.
Some of us didn't quite follow the secret part because I wrote the name on my present.
And I will say, a few days ago, I think I worked out who's got whom, and I have written my prediction, and it's sitting here next to the mic.
Oh.
Can you hear that? That's me putting it down 3 times.
Got it. Is that the location, the weapon, and the murderer?
ASL. Okay. Are we ready to go? Who wants to go first? Oh wait, what were the rules of our Secret Santa?
Should we do this?
Oh yeah. So as you may have figured out by now, most of us work in a small boutique of media called HMV.
Do you remember Electronics Boutique before it was game?
No.
Vaguely.
That was a
I
shout.
do.
Yeah, I'm staying on topic here.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Anyway.
Yeah, so, and then they have a promotion there for films, and we use that as a sort of guideline for our presents. So these should all be films?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Unless someone's throwing any curveballs at us and got some, like, a TV
Guys, I spent
miniseries.
60 quid on a game for you.
Cool, right, who wants to go first?
I'll go first because that's the one that's not surprising because I know who I've got.
Wow.
It's not surprising for you.
Okay, so I'm going to... Some people have wrapped theirs because they care about the festiveness of Christmas.
Yeah.
I haven't because I'm lazy. So I'm going to do mine in a kind of tension-y sort of way.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to give the person whose presents I've got, I'm going to give them one at a time. I've got them 3 Blu-rays.
Okay.
I know who you have.
I have Tom.
Yeah.
Oh!
And
Don't we all?
first, I'm going to go from biggest risk to most safe. I think.
Is one of them a bomb?
Wait, can you hear ticking?
It's
Okay.
like a I hate Star Wars film.
Star Trek.
Just
So-
a documentary why Star Wars is the
This
worst.
is a risky one.
Fun joke, guys.
Yeah.
This is one I haven't seen. You may have seen, you may own, you may not like. It's quite a risk. But seeing as you have recently recorded an episode about the TV show, I got you Westworld.
I have not seen the original, no.
So you don't hate it yet.
Oh, you left the price on, man.
I thought we were doing them all in the same.
To be fair, I kept my price on because I thought, okay, if my person has them already, he can just return them.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it was.
We're allowing
I thought
returns.
Just screams Tom at me, so
It
I told
does.
it to stop screaming, and I put it in a bag.
To be fair, I was going to buy that as well for my person.
Okay.
So,
And next one, slightly risky, as Tom has not seen this film.
Okay.
Tom should see this film, but Tom may not like this film
Oh.
because he's seen another film by the same filmmaker and hates it. It is Drive.
But I really want to see this film.
you
Nice
know what? Oh,
choice.
so good.
So
Yeah.
you didn't like
I
Only God
did
Forgives,
hate Only God Forgives, though.
but Drive is wonderful.
I've only
It is,
heard
it
good
It's
is.
an amazing
I
film.
think
yeah.
you'll love it.
Okay.
And the last one, because I remember Tom saying he's a big fan of John Carpenter's Halloween,
Ooh, I did.
and I thought the closest you can get to Halloween is
Easter.
It Follows.
Oh.
It's the only 80s horror film to come out in 2015. Really, really, really wonderful film.
Again, I've only heard good things about this. Yeah, really looking forward to this. I think I actually bought someone this as a present. So, it's come full circle.
So
Thank you
that is
so much.
my batch of presents to you.
Oh man, that's a cracking trio.
Odd, I think an odd trilogy if you watch them all in a row.
Yeah.
It's a bit of variety in there, though.
Yeah.
Hey, at least 2 of them have cars on the front, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Westfield has a man's head opening.
Too bad it's not Fast and Furious.
That's a robot man.
And Drive, in the film, it does, at some point in the film, have a man's head opening, but it doesn't have a robot inside.
Not in the same way.
It's a mess.
Oh, thank you so much.
No problem. Should we go round this way?
Okay. So
For the listeners, that
was clockwise.
this is for Ian.
Oh, thank you, Nick. Oh, wow. Oh,
My prediction is correct.
Nick has wrapped his.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try not make a mess.
Because I care about the festive spirit.
Try not make a mess.
I'm a Jew.
Yeah. See, I'll explain mine. Mine has some thematic relevance.
Okay, I don't want to.
But not really.
Okay.
It's kind of.
Are you going to take them out one at a time?
One at a time, yeah.
Okay.
First one is Dodging Unlimited. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because I thought, like, we were talking about, like, must-watch films.
Yeah.
I was like, I never hear you talk about Wes Anderson that much.
Yeah.
And I was like, Dodging Limited is one of my favourite Wes
It is
Anderson
a great
ones.
film.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
it's so good.
I do like Wes Anderson, but I've not seen this, so thank you, Nick.
It's my personal favourite. I love it, and I think...
Because I do
you'll
love
really
Rampage
like
Best
it.
Hotel
Yeah.
and Fantastic Mr. Fox.
It's so good. It's
Yeah,
just like
I've
three
seen-
brothers having a road trip, and it's
I've
fun.
seen the second 2 acts of it, and it was good. I might even watch the
like a-
first one
It's
day.
like a classy hangover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Ooh, the tension.
What's the next one? Oh. End of Watch.
Another one, like, I always talk about it.
This
I
one
think
screams you. You always talk about
yeah.
End of Watch.
And I know you haven't watched it. So
No,
I
I've
thought-
not seen it.
Yeah, I thought you need to watch it, and
It's very good.
it is very good.
I will watch this.
Yeah.
I really want to see this.
The ending made
yeah.
Nick cry.
Really?
The closest thing that's ever gotten me to crying. I've never cried at a film, but
Thank you, Nick.
it just hits you in the heart.
Thank you. I will watch this.
I might forcefully borrow that from you.
Yeah.
The next
And-
one better be Fast and Furious 7.
no, so it's actually good that you took that one out first, because if you take that one out, you'll see
Beginning of the watch.
Oh my god.
Rush Hour,
Rush Hour, yeah.
which I thought, okay,
Yes.
I've got a really serious buddy cop movie.
Yes.
I'm gonna flip it over. So after you watch this and get super depressed, you watch that and watch one of the best buddy cop movies ever.
I've seen
Rush
Rush
Hour?
Hour back in the day. I can barely remember it.
Rush Hour is so good.
This is the most Nick selection of film. I love it so much.
It's all over the place, the selection.
But like my like link between them three is like you've got 2 buddy cop films and then a buddy brother film. If that's
Yeah.
like a stretch, but yeah,
I love it, Nick. Thank you so much.
No problem.
That's brilliant.
yeah.
See, this Christmas it's all about family.
Yeah.
It is about family.
Like
That
Fast
is-
and Furious 8.
See, I tried to get as close as possible, but without actually mentioning it. Yeah. While
That
actually
is-
having it.
That is brilliant.
Subtlety.
Thank you. Thank you, Nick.
And now, if my prediction is correct, Ian must have me.
Oh, he is correct.
Ian's always got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, under his skin, like Frank Sinatra.
Right.
Or a disease.
Obviously, I'm gonna do them one by one for you as well.
Okay.
The first one.
These better not be Blu-rays.
God damn it.
I mean, you should buy them Blu-rays because you need to get Blu-rays.
I'm not gonna get Blu-rays.
The
I can't
first
play
one
them.
is a bit of a risky one because I think you already have it, but it's more of like the joke between me and you.
Better not be Passion.
It's actually
No.
a wedding ring.
The first one is.
Fight Club. I don't actually own Fight Club.
Really?
No, I've watched my brother's copy many a time, but I do not own Fight Club.
Ah,
Thank you
then
very
that was a
much.
risk that paid off.
It is very good.
Yeah, I watched it last week. So good. Amazing film.
But when me and Henry lived together, that was always the film we'd always bring up, so forth.
Yeah.
Having a cool thing together.
Fight Club, bro.
This one I know you haven't seen and you need to watch. Bit of controversial choice. What up?
American Pie.
Yeah.
Curse you, Ian.
Nah,
You know I don't like laughing.
that's a good choice.
Okay,
American Pie's amazing.
this one is a. I don't know if you've seen it.
Wait,
but
how
I
many
was-
did you get me?
Got you 5
What?
because it was £20.
Oh, 5 for 20 rather than 3 for 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because DVDs are cheaper.
DVDs.
Because they're inferior.
Yeah.
Well-
the
We
inferior
feel sorry
format.
for you that
Don't
you don't
act
have
like you
Blu-rays.
noticed
So.
the difference.
So, I don't know if you've seen this one. Don't know if you own it, but it's after our Twilight commentary. I need you to see what good vampires look like.
Oh, is it The Lost Boys?
It is the Lost Boys.
Oh,
They've been
Wunderbar.
found.
I haven't seen it, but I always wanted to masturbate to a young Kiefer Sutherland.
Now your dream can come
So
true.
I wore out my 24 box set. Thank you. I haven't seen it. It's like super
How did
80s.
you wear
It's
it
very
out?
80s.
It was on tape.
It is very 80s. And I think,
I've never
So
seen it.
80s.
but it's like it's teen vampires done properly, and it's like John Hughes.
Do they sparkle?
No, and they actually only come out at night.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So like they're like real teenagers because they sleep all day and only come out at night.
Oh, that's very realistic.
This one's a very controversial one, but you need to watch this one.
You know, safe bet is wouldn't go amiss.
No. The last one's a safe bet. Ta-da.
Kill Bill.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Volumes 1 and 2.
Actually, no. To be fair, I have been meaning to watch Kill Bill for a long time because I think I've seen, apart from Jackie Brown, I've seen every other Tarantino film.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, they've not been good. But
Oh my god.
apparently stuff happens in Kill Bill, which I'm
To
not.
be
which I am
fair,
looking
I
forward
think
to.
you'd enjoy Kill Bill because obviously it's a revenge drama type of thing. But the action, all the action set pieces are brilliantly done.
Yeah, because pretty much all the Tarantino I've seen is conversations.
Yeah,
and I can't imagine
these
doing
are very
action.
more action orientated stuff. And for the last one, I think Henry will enjoy.
50 Shades of Grey. Yes.
Oh, you gave money to that.
I do very much enjoy this. And I shan't be short of material this Christmas. Guys, you almost see Shaft. Thank you. My girlfriend has been wanting to watch it with me for a long time, so I
I'm
should.
trying to think if it's that he's really tired that like Henry's like loving 50 Shades of Grey and stuff, or, or like you genuinely like it.
I do.
It was like sleep deprivation.
That's why I bought it because I think he will want
I genuinely
to.
like it. I've seen it 3 times, Nick.
I don't understand how,
I've seen it 3
as a
times.
movie critic, you could like it.
That's 150
But to each
shades of
their own,
grey.
Henry.
Well,
to each their own.
You can find out by listening to our commentary, Nick.
Oh no! I got 5 minutes into that film. Oh no, 2 minutes into that film. Couldn't watch anymore. So bad.
Don't worry, it gets better.
Oh god.
It's like I'm talking to an abused young gay teen. It gets better. Thank you, Ian. This is a fine selection.
You are welcome, Henry. Merry
Especially
Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Right, and in the most secretive packaging of all, here's
my name on it.
Somebody's name.
here's Nick's from me.
Thank you. Is there any kind of order that you want me to?
The big one last.
Alphabetically by height.
Wait, what do you mean?
There's one that's bigger than the others.
Okay. Interesting.
Actually, no.
Stick to
You
the
can
rules, Tom.
take that one first. Actually, I've changed my mind.
What is it? A bigger box?
Basically, the one at the top
Oh.
is for securing us midnight release tickets for Rogue One.
Oh my god! It's Kindergarten Cop 2.
Which is
yes.
which hasn't been released on Blu-ray, so I
know.
only got the DVD.
I'm just gonna say this to our audience. This is one of the best worst films released this year.
Wow.
Like it's so bad.
Was
it's
this
so
in
bad.
the shop that we work at?
Yeah. It's so. Guys, we need to do a commentary of this.
We
Now that I
saw
have the DVD, we need to do it.
Yeah, Nick's been saying for a long time that we need to do a
It's
commentary. for it.
so bad. Like Dolph Lundgren
I felt like a teenager buying condoms for the first time, taking that to the till.
Wow.
It's for a friend.
yeah. That's awesome. Thank you. Okay.
Which-
next?
Little tip for the listeners: if you want to avoid that embarrassment, just don't use condoms.
Nobody
will mind.
Great. So the next one is
I think you may have one of these.
Riddick. Nice. And I've never actually watched this.
Oh, really?
None of the Riddick films.
Okay, so that's the latest one,
Oh,
Okay.
which is actually kind of a standalone film.
That's
so
cool.
you don't have to have watched the others.
And it's got Vin Diesel.
And it's
in
got
it.
Vin
The
Diesel.
other
in it.
Riddick films are amazing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard good things about the first one. Black.
Yeah,
Black.
Pitch Black.
Pitch Black,
Pitch
yeah.
Black is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then apparently Chronicles of Riddick isn't.
No, I love Chronicles of Riddick.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's,
This
that's
is the
cool.
same guy who didn't like 50 Shades of Grey. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
It was.
So I need to watch that. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a fun action film.
Oh, End of Watch.
yeah.
Wow.
So the thing is, I have it on DVD, but I don't have it on Blu-ray.
Oh, that's
interesting.
okay then. That's
Cool.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you got into watch for Ian, I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
It does
Twisted.
scream.
It is a
Nick
great
has
film.
never seen it.
It is a great film. And Journey 2.
Yeah, this is a really obscure indie hit from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah.
Which is a film where he goes to an island with large
Michael Caine.
large dinosaurs and
Wait,
Michael Caine.
And isn't Vanessa
Is that guy
Hudgens as well?
Michael Caine on the cover?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Michael
it's
Caine.
got Luke, Josh Hutcherson in as well,
And isn't Vanessa Hudgens as well?
and Vanessa Hudgens.
Wow.
Josh Hutcherson, it's great.
This looks really bad. I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah,
Commentary.
I was thinking this is prime commentary material.
It just looks cheesy
Because
and
wasn't it
stupid.
the sequel to Journey to the Centre of the Earth? I believe it's called
Yep.
Journey 2.
yeah.
Damn, I'm excited.
Isn't
and-
it Journey to the Mysterious Island?
Yes.
Okay.
As
yeah.
it says on the
Yeah.
cover.
Which Journey to the mystery? Like,
Oh,
That's
I
smart.
didn't get it.
That's smart. That's cool. That's awesome.
Where's Brendan Fraser?
you,
Is the real
Tom.
question.
he was in the first one.
Did they kill him off?
I don't think so.
He got to the centre of the earth and melted.
Yeah. No,
But yeah, I
that's
figured
awesome.
as we've not heard Nick on a commentary yet,
No, not yet.
Yeah.
giving him some room to
Prime commentary material.
breathe. Yes.
Yeah. Kindergarten Cop 2. Now that I've got it on DVD. Just saying.
We have no excuse now.
It's so good.
now.
Yeah. Thank you, Tom.
That's alright.
Also, guys, why am I not getting more fanfare that my prediction was correct? To be fair, there's only 4 of us. It was easy.
Yeah. Wait, how did you guess them again?
Yeah, go on, how did you get it?
Because I knew
Do
I had
like a
Tom
Poirot
because
reveal.
that's the name that I got. And then a few days ago, I went into the shop that we work at to buy the set of Blu-rays for the person. Was Tom, but Tom said, "Oh, you must have the person who's not working at the moment being Ian," which led me to believe that Tom didn't have Ian because he thought I had Ian, so he must have Nick. And so then Nick must have Ian because if he had me, then Ian would be giving presents to himself, which is just another Christmas for Ian.
Yeah.
And then Nick had Ian, so Ian had me, I had Tom, Tom had Nick.
Smart. See, it's funny when
Let me twirl my moustache.
when you came into the shop the other day and you're hiding the Blu-rays, I was like, oh, I think Henry has me, because your explanation, your quote unquote what seemed like lies wasn't very convincing, even though it was the truth.
I double crossed you, Nick.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, I'm not. You were like really awkward. You're like, I'm not hiding these because I have you. It's because I don't want you to know who I have. And I was like,
No,
you're
because
clear.
I think if you looked at the 3 that I got, you
Okay.
could tell who it was. Because
Okay.
Tom's the only one who hasn't seen Drive.
Okay.
Yeah, it's, when I got mine, I was like, if Ian or Nick see this pile of films, they're going to know it's for Nick. Because no one else is buying Kindergarten Cop 2.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think I've
Yeah.
had a great time doing this, guys.
Yeah, this
It
is
was
I
good.
can't wait to watch 50 Shades of Grey again.
Yeah. Can't wait to watch Kindergarten Cop 2 again.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
get my bromance on.
And next time I've got about a day and a half, I'll watch Kill Bill.
Yeah, it's like 4 hours. For the 2 of them, it's like 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to watching Drive Follows Westworld.
Drive follow Drive.
Right,
Okay,
well,
so-
Yeah.
Time
guess
to get
it's
to
time for the
the meat.
meat of the episode. Although, first we've got a little entree called Dunkirk.
Wait, get this, yeah? In America, entree means main course.
What?
Entree
Really?
means main course, yeah.
Oh.
It's appetizer, entree, dessert. Entree means the first one, though. It's the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dunkirk, we saw a 5-minute
This is
preview.
the little pastry canapé with a little bit of salmon on top.
Oh man, those are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is Dunkirk, the forthcoming war film from Mr. Christopher Nolan.
Have you heard of that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made Tom's favourite film, The Prestige.
It's so stupid.
I just want to say, Chris Nolan is my favorite filmmaker. He's one of the greatest filmmakers ever, and these 5 minutes were like amazing.
Yeah, so essentially the trailer's been released. You can go and watch that on screens.
Have you guys watched the trailer?
I have watched the trailer. Yeah.
I have not.
I've only watched the 5-minute
I
clip,
haven't.
which was amazing.
The trailer's really good.
Yeah.
I saved myself for this.
So yeah,
But they
so
didn't even show us the trailer.
Yeah.
They just showed us the clip.
seeing
Yeah.
Rogue One in IMAX, we got a 5-minute preview of Dunkirk.
Yeah.
It was a scene that looked like somewhere towards the beginning.
Oh, definitely towards the beginning.
Yeah, because people weren't dead yet.
Yeah.
It was great. I think it was an unbroken scene, wasn't it?
Yeah,
No,
it was
I
like
think
a
that-
tension
I
building.
don't think it was, because I think there's not really a spoil. You see Mark Rylance leave the boat, and then he's suddenly at where the ships are. So I think there was a
Maybe.
bit
A
of a
little
time
bit of
jump.
editing, I think.
Yeah.
in there.
But so we don't know
But
the
not much.
context of the scene.
But yeah, the beauty of the editing was that we didn't get the full picture, which means we don't know
What's going on,
actually
yeah.
will
yeah,
happen.
because this was 3 or 4 different stories going on at once
Yeah.
in 5
Yeah.
minutes, and they were all incredibly tense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe one that wasn't with Mark Rylance still had a beautiful shot in it from a small boat looking at a big
Yeah.
boat, and it was really threatening.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was very, very.
Which is quite apt for the film we then saw afterwards.
yeah.
A lot of little boats, big boats.
This was really, really cool. We saw some like dog fighting. We saw
Yeah.
some like.
That's planes, not.
Yeah, saw some dog fights, not dog fighting. And we saw some soldiering. but no like shooting, no
Yeah.
fighting, just
No.
like,
It was-
soldiers carrying
That-
a
yeah,
guy
kind of
that's
waiting around.
That was a beautiful thing. Like you see all of these gathered soldiers, but we don't actually see any combat really.
we don't know what
Yeah.
they're waiting for.
It's so just like your breath catching in your mouth.
It was.
So it was really
and the
good.
score was amazing. The
Yeah,
tension,
Hanzo's
yeah.
score.
Is the ticking clock is part of the score, I assume.
Hopefully, because
Which,
that
if
was
you've seen
very
the teaser,
effective.
it's the same ticking, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's a real simplicity to the footage we saw. I've been saying like it could be a short film
Yeah.
in and of itself, and there's like almost like a sort of essential through line, which is a really simple sort of following shot of two soldiers transporting a stretcher with presumably another soldier on to a ship waiting for them, but they have to go through a lot of crowds across a really slippery plank, and there's just the cinematography of this, the camera
This
control,
is in floor to ceiling, all IMAX as well.
beautiful, especially the dogfighting, because it's you have all the sort of swaying of the cockpit.
I felt like you could tell the camera was attached to a plane as well.
Yeah.
The way it followed the certain planes as they split off and twisted and dived, and none of them did a barrel roll, which was a real shame.
Yeah.
I can tell this is going to be pretty. Even if it's a bit rubbish, it's going to be not anything short of a spectacle.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's Nolan. Nolan's amazing.
There's the sort of footage we saw had like almost like two end points, and one is was in the trailer, I believe, which is you hear the scream of the German plane coming
Which is
in.
still terrifying
It
every time.
is,
you hear it.
because it plays
It's like a TIE fighter.
right behind your ears. Yeah.
And the soldiers, a huge line of soldiers ducking, which is an amazing shot.
Yeah, because you see the fear in their eyes, and it's just like puts you in your place.
Yeah, genuinely stunning shot.
And then there's a shot of Tom Hardy's character, who's one of the pilots in the dogfighting section, and his propellers just slowly winding down to a
And
stop.
it was the way that was paced was almost comic.
Yeah,
The way that
yeah,
they had that beautiful ducking shot. It said Dunkirk, and then you see the propeller stop,
yeah,
and it cuts to black, and we were all kind of uncomfortably laughing,
yeah.
but also really scared at the same time.
But yeah, overall, I think we all pretty much.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
Is that a lot?
the whole theatre loved it.
Oh yeah,
because
and the
everyone was
applause.
clapping.
yeah, the whole
and-
theatre applaud, yeah.
And then I left the theatre and I went to the cinema and then I saw Dunkirk. I'm really, really looking forward to it. It's
Yeah.
July 21st?
Yeah, 21st.
7th?
Something like that.
21st.
Next year.
It's going
2017.
to be interesting.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be
Possible award season for next
Hopefully.
year?
Oh,
I'm
so-
really looking forward to Harry Styles being in it.
I actually wondered if
Right.
he's going to be the person on the stretcher.
I
thought-
they kill him off straight.
Yeah, I thought if they just have one really quick shot of Harry Styles there,
great. Well, it's interesting that the
microphone in hand.
apparently all the main characters are like unknown actors, and then all the well-known actors like Tom Hardy, Mark Rylance are all just like the side players.
Funny you said that though. I don't want
Sometimes-
to spoil the trailer, but Cillian Murphy seems to have a big role in this.
Okay.
I forgot Cillian Murphy was in it.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Anyway, I feel like we should get to
Yeah.
the
Oh,
bit.
look,
The
the
reason
little-
people are here.
The little indie film that's just got a midnight release.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
little Gareth Edwards number.
Yeah.
The first of the Star Wars anthology story films, the first breakaway, a Rogue One, if you will. Yeah, I can't really put into words my initial reaction. I had to calm down for about an hour and a half.
Yeah,
before I
So,
could-
so on
Yeah.
the off chance that somebody doesn't know what Rogue One is,
Oh, yeah. So,
Why are
they
they listening
really
to
should be
it?
listening
Yeah.
to it.
basically...
Imagine they don't care.
Oh, I think I'd be strangling them. Star Wars Rogue One is a film about what happens between Episode 3 and Episode 4. More what happens directly before Episode 4. It's a lot more grounded in the sort of gritty realism of what a war is. So Star Wars definitely has a truer ring to it. And essentially the MacGuffin of Episode 4, which is the plans for the super weapon, which is kind of a throwaway plot item in Episode 4, is the central... sort of
We got these
pieces.
plans for the Death Star. That was lucky one there.
yeah, and it really is lucky once you see this film. And essentially, this film is about a war and the ways that it impacts on different people, and it felt like no other Star Wars film.
Yeah.
I think that's the main thing you can take away from this is it's just it's a harkening back to stuff you know, but in a way that you've never thought to think about it.
Yeah. Like, I think the best quote to sum it up is the quote of, like, remember the past, embrace the future, where it's super nostalgic in some of the things it does, and, like the way things are designed, and the storylines, and some of the characters as well, but then it does offer new things to the Star Wars franchise, where it does offer a grittier look at the worlds.
Yeah, and it
like,
seems it is very, very serious, but there's still that like pace to it. It's still a really good action film, really good sci-fi film.
Yeah, there's some levity in it with some good humour, like really funny bits.
Yeah.
Just like in episode 7, I'd say.
Definitely.
I'd say it's in a different way, because I feel like in episode 7 it's funny.
Oh yeah, but
because it's funny.
Yeah,
it's more traditional funny.
Whereas in a Rogue One, it's very much like
gallows humour.
Yeah, and it's to relieve the tension of the scene, because some of it gets very tense and very dour, and I feel like the tension, even the humour itself, is very more of a dark, sarcastic humour, which it does like go, it's a sigh of relief you need sometimes, otherwise you probably it'd be too much.
Yeah. But when you have those moments, it works great. There's no joke that actually fails, I don't think.
No.
And I think it's important to note that this is a film about a war which is taking place across the entire galaxy, but it brings it to a scope that we can see.
Yeah.
So you have the characters you're introduced to, they all have really personal stakes in this, some of whom mention those stakes and you totally believe them, and the film doesn't go out of its way to prove that to you. It just goes, that this is the case.
Yeah.
And
So like in the case of the Spanish guy whose name I don't know.
yeah, Captain Cassian Andor, who's arguably the sort of co-lead of this film.
Yeah.
He mentions his backstory in an almost throwaway line, but it makes him so much more interesting. Oh, but you have like another line setting that up when Donnie Yen says like, I think you carry your prison with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think he's a very, very interesting character that I like that he wasn't the focus of it.
Yeah.
I think
that you realise that this is bigger than our problems.
Yeah, and there's tropes in this that you'll see in other war films, and things that completely go against the grain of what Star Wars films have taught you to think.
I think maybe possibly a good way to, because there's a lot we have to say about this, is to maybe focus on different parts. So I'd say maybe if we talk about the story first, what we all thought of the story of it and the structure of the film.
So sorry to go back to the sort of summary of the story.
Not to explain it, but what we thought of the story.
But basically it's someone working on the Death Star wants to leak the plans to destroy it to the Rebel Alliance, and it's the story of the Rebels finding him, getting the plans, and then essentially setting up Episode 4. So yeah,
which
story-wise,
I just want to say, like, the way this blends the story with Episode 4 is just amazing.
Yes,
like there's that ongoing joke which is like, the person that designed the Death Star was so stupid because they left like one little gap in there for like Luke Skywalker to be able to destroy it.
This makes so much sense.
Yeah, it explains it away where
it's intentional.
Yeah, where we're talking spoilers, so like it's the designer who is Jyn Erso's, the main character's dad, actually creates that flaw.
Dad's Mikkelsen.
That's actually really good. Yeah, Dad's Mikkelsen. Which is it's just amazing, you know, and just the way you find out why.
Very clever.
Yeah,
you can tell it's their fans who've been wishing for something like this.
Yeah,
or an explanation like this.
And I think the way it blends the end of this movie with the start of A New Hope is just amazing. Where you see Leia on the ship and like how Darth Vader gets there.
It was
it's just perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah, from a story point of view, the beginning has enough exposition to clue you in on the way things are. The state of play.
It doesn't treat you like an idiot. It doesn't over-explain things. It just puts you right in the action and just assumes you're gonna pick it up.
In comparison to some other films which have like a huge amount of lore to do, like just to pluck one out of thin air, like I watched Warcraft recently, the movie. Not a great film, and the reason why is it's so heavy-handed in its exposition, whereas this time it's a little bit more efficient with it.
It does have 40 years of films to bounce off, bounce between.
And
but it's such a rich universe.
But the pace of the story is fantastic.
Yeah.
Like there's arguably, yes, the pace at the end is more sort of it's faster than the rest of the film.
Well, I think the
it's
film
not that-
starts quick. The film
Yeah.
it begins jumping from one place to another place to another place to the point where I was almost struggling to keep up.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, it doesn't treat you like an idiot. It just knows that eventually you're going to get it, and that's fine, I think. Because
I think
it's like, okay, these things aren't important right now, but you're picking them up quickly, but we're going to, like, meld it, put it all together, like, later on. You know?
I feel like I would have rather see things from one perspective at the beginning rather than it jumping around so much.
Yeah,
But
fair enough.
I did like that you almost didn't bounce back and forth between planets that were the same.
Yeah.
There's such a diversity in locales, and it feels like a mission going forwards. It doesn't feel like you're just like looking down on a load of things happening.
I think it kind of benefits it and hinders it a little bit in my eyes. Like, I think we could have seen it all from Felicity Jones's point of view.
Yeah.
And I think that could have been interesting to see it all go from her way, that she suddenly realises it's a big deal, and we see all these other characters that she's introduced and she realises how high the stakes are in this situation.
The only other perspective we're really given is Ben Mendelsohn's perspective on this.
Yeah, we get like cuts to that on like the scene with Daniel Mays where what's his face kills him.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. There's a lot of faffing and jumping at the beginning, I thought, which could have been cut down a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It didn't bother me at all. Like I said, because the pace was still up the whole time.
Oh, like the things where you see Riz Ahmed being captured by.
Yeah,
Forrest
and I think
Whitaker and
all
stuff
this
like that.
this quick pace helps to introduce the characters because
Yeah,
there
'cause
is
they're
a
all
big
new characters.
Yeah.
And
I feel
I
like
think
I kind of would have rather see them through her eyes, like having her meet them first.
I don't know. I
Thing is,
really enjoyed the way you got.
If you'd seen it only through her eyes, it would be very difficult to set up all of the stuff that's happening on the Imperial side.
Yeah.
Well, I'd understand
But,
it
like, the
rather
way-
like seeing two sides of a coin rather than every side of a dice.
Okay.
But you
Okay.
got. I think you got different context. Like if you were rather than seeing it through her eyes, so like you understood how Riz Ahmed got into that situation and how his relationship with.
We could find that out through her, I guess.
I don't know. I personally I preferred it. I liked that we saw different sides of the characters before just seeing her side of it. You know.
Going back to the sort of story as a whole, when we get to that final act, this is maybe one of the best final action pieces that I've ever seen in a Star Wars film. Maybe.
Yeah, like, I will say, as much as this is going to be very unpopular, I thought it was okay all the way through up until the third act.
No,
when I thought
it's
I thought the third act was exceptional.
I'll talk to you about that later.
The whole final battle, and specifically the last 10 minutes or 10 minutes, is incredible.
I don't know if this factors into maybe another
We're
section like
turning to a horror
directing or editing, but that it's such an expansive set piece, and much like at the end of Return of the Jedi and at the end of Phantom Menace, where you have a battle taking place on like 3 or 4 different sets, there's never a point where I felt like I lost why they were doing this. And
it was almost like a video game, kind of, where you felt like objective.
Yeah.
But they were all very clear in a good way, I think.
And everyone felt really personal, like the goals that they set, they're like either immediate goals or there's like the cause, capital T, capital C. But like Bodhi having to plug a wire in, I knew why he was doing that.
Yeah.
And them looking for the plans, I knew why they were looking for the plans.
Yeah.
And I like it just shows how Gareth Edwards directed that scene perfectly well, because in a lesser hands, stuff would have been exploding and I'd have no clue why.
I think a common comparison in terms of the finale is going to be Saving Private Ryan, where you see the way Spielberg handles all these different characters dealing with different things.
Do you mean when the town's being invaded and you've got all the different
at the
rooms?
end, and like you know that okay, this guy has to go to the bell tower, this guy has to do this, and here I think it's a much wider scope because there's much more varying kind of things they have to do.
Yeah, there's more physical space between them.
But again, it's Steven Spielberg and Gareth Edwards, they juggle the characters in the same kind of way, where it's this big battle. But
this is I think the most
and you never feel
perspectives
lost
that we've got of a single.
Yeah,
battle.
it is similar to the end of Phantom Menace. Not to overly use that comparison, but in that one you have.
Are you saying that this is almost as good as Phantom Menace?
It's almost as good as Phantom Menace. I think that should be our official review. Is you have little Anakin in space, you have the Jedi's fighting Darth Maul, and then you have the Gungans fighting. Even just saying it gives me chills. But there's so much more personality to each of these little settings.
And the use of the Gungans in this was very tasteful.
It was very tasteful. Almost too tasteful. One last thing I want to mention about the story, just for me personally, was people die in this. And
yes, they do.
I was so happy at how many people died.
Yeah,
in it. Because it
I
was
felt
so brave.
bad about how happy I was because this film needs that stuff to happen.
Yeah.
And they can only do it in
grittiness
this
of war.
kind of film where it's a standalone and we know what happens afterwards.
Yeah.
It can only happen in this.
And like there's like when they use the Death Star, you feel those deaths a lot more than you feel with Alderaan. Because Alderaan's just a blue marble floating in space and then it blows up.
Yeah.
In this, you actually see the people living and
Yes.
eating, and
You see them die.
there's a
to see the
freaking
immediate
child
effects.
saved from a tank.
Yeah.
And then when you think about
that's good. Oh no, wait.
oh, she's dead now. Yeah, because but in terms of like important characters, that last segment, it just gives you domino, and there's just gut-wrenching feelings when you see them fighting their last, and every single one of them is fighting for the same reason, for the same cause.
The one that really got to me, the one where I realised, oh, they are killing everybody, is Riz Ahmed's death.
And because it's so undramatic.
It's so quick, and so like the guy throws the grenade into the ship, and I was like, how's he gonna get out of there?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was like,
Oh, wow.
is he gonna have he's gonna have like a line where he says like, oh, for the rebellion. No, this is
I
war.
feel
You don't
like-
get final
Yeah.
lines.
You feel like he barely knew, which is tragic.
I feel like they must have been a point where Gareth Edwards must have had in the script like they all die.
Yeah.
They must have had like because like you said with that frame of mind when they're just popping people off. It's
Yeah.
like no, they must have had a mantra of like okay, we're getting rid of people. Type
They
of
must
thing.
have
It's
been
like,
watching Game of Thrones and taking notes.
yeah.
Well, no, I think it's
But just the fact
because
that
one note.
just like you said, like it's so unapologetic and it's so
They're so.
And it's
some of
because
them
it's
are just so
standard.
and it's-
unglamorized, and so.
and it's less romanticized as well. It's like because you spent a short amount of time with these characters and that's all you're gonna take.
So yeah, that was one of the things that made it a truly amazing war film. And like I said, Gareth Edwards just excellent directing on that.
Yeah.
Like Henry, you're a big Ed head.
Redhead Edhead.
Red-headed Ed head.
Fucking funny.
That sounds like you're an Ed Sheeran fan rather than anything else.
Yeah, kind of a little
Yeah.
bit. There are more than one Edwards in here.
Yeah, but it's the way you said redhead, Edhead.
Oh yeah. True. Yeah, so I'd say probably, considering he's only made 2 films up until this one, I'm probably the biggest Gareth Edwards fan here because Monsters is one of my favourite films ever, and
Really?
Godzilla was quite good. I absolutely love Monsters. If you remember our top 10 episode, which is still yet to come out, Monsters is like my number 2 or 3.
Oh, cool.
It is a great film.
It's absolutely
Godzilla
terrific.
has some amazing.
And
acting.
you can see his almost like fingerprints on
Definitely.
Rogue
Well,
One.
some parts more than others.
Yeah.
Because I remember what Gareth Edwards does very, very well is scale, like making you feel like a small part of something big. Like if you watch
Like a rebellion.
For those of you who haven't seen Monsters, it's an amazing romantic sci-fi road trip kind of thing.
Satire almost. As well.
Yeah, with all the sci-fi in the background.
Yeah.
And so the best, well, it was
Literally
unrealistic.
and figuratively.
Yeah. My hopes were unrealistic for this in that I wanted just a romantic road trip movie, but with Star Wars in the background. But yeah, he does, and even in Godzilla, he has very nice shots of people with big, scary things behind them, but we're focused on the people. And so I remember seeing the trailer for this, the shot of people running away from an AT-AT,
Yeah.
like almost tripping over them and stamping on them, and a shot which wasn't actually in the film of Felicity Jones squaring up to a TIE fighter. It was very, very cool. So that was something I was really looking forward to, was him bringing his sense of scale. And I think, especially in the end battle, he did it incredibly well.
Yeah.
Where you felt like things were... And it also helps, I think, that they went fairly old-fashioned with it. That things felt clunky and things felt big.
Yeah.
And things
It
were
had physical
intimidating.
presence.
Things
Yeah.
felt real. Even
No,
though
the-
I'm sure a lot of it was CG, it still felt real. So much more real than
Yeah.
like the CG in the
I think
prequels.
perfect example is when the one Star Destroyer
Yeah.
crashes into the other Star
Yes.
Destroyer. That bit is amazing because it's like you notice these 2 massive ships, but you just see it from far away, and
It's-
it just looks like 2 toys crashing.
Even
into
though
each
it's
other,
in
but impressive.
space, it feels like it has a lot of weight to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
And I always find like with the blending of practical and special effects, it's seeing the practical end of that react to the special effects, which really glues them together.
E.g.
So like the reason why I think Jurassic Park is such a great effects film is because you have real people interacting with the special effects.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you kind of like legitimize the special effects. Whereas in the prequels, you just see CGI versus CGI versus CGI versus CGI.
So
I think for the actors,
I suppose Gareth Edwards is perfect person to have
Yeah.
this. Then having real things be the focus of
Yeah.
of a special effect.
And I think using that scale in camera work can help in terms of story as well, because when you see these characters that you've come to know and you've been rooting for throughout the whole film suddenly dwarfed by this thing, you feel the peril for them and you start caring about their well-being.
And when we've seen the Star Wars Celebration reel, a lot of this is in camera, a lot of it is practical.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, for the actors, I think acting opposite something that's practical and seeing something practical actually helps them. So it gives you them better.
So
that's
it
a
was really
tangible
lucky
reaction.
that they had the money to actually build that Death Star.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, it's Disney, isn't it? They can play both free now.
Ironically, one of the most emotional scenes I think is when Felicity Jones is reacting to a hologram.
Oh yeah,
And that's just it's like the scene in Interstellar when Matthew McConaughey finally sees
I think
his
that the
daughter.
performances absolutely made that though.
Yeah, it's like
It almost looks like she's not listening to what he's saying. She's just looking straight into the picture.
You could say she's looking through him.
Oh,
oh, funny.
Kill me
That's
now.
funny.
Fucking kill me.
but yeah, direction-wise,
Very, very, very impressive.
Yeah,
You never
fantastic.
kind of lose a sense of geography when there are various battles going on.
and you never lose the sense of time. You know this is when this is set, but it looks
Yeah.
Like even
gorgeous.
the scene on the rainy planet where Spanish man.
Edu.
Edon?
Edu.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of
I
like
was
a
kind of-
Japanese
when I saw-
noodle dish or something.
When I saw the
Like udon.
rainy planet in the trailer, I was kind of hoping it was that one from Attack of the Clones.
Camino.
That one.
Really?
Yeah. I was kind of hoping it would be there because that was cool. It was cool.
I think this planet
Did
is
you see
cooler.
the pterodactyl
It's a big galaxy, Henry.
Yeah. So many
Could be-
planets.
next door to it? Or
that
something?
would make sense.
Yeah,
Right?
like, that was a very, very, very well directed scene where you have a conversation going on in the crosshairs of a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very, very.
I think
cool.
also in terms of like, again, the effects, right, where they built this amazing world with like mountains and rain and like these crazy like way the mountains. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's clearly CGI, but it's fucking amazing.
Was it
you know?
though?
Yeah.
They might have just found a mountain and they're still done.
I mean, I want to go to that place and see
Yeah.
it because
I think it was Wales, actually. That's just what Wales looks like all the
Actually, I
time.
do suspect the planet in the opening
Yeah.
on the Black Beach may have been done in Wales because I know there's a place
I was
somewhere,
thinking of that or
somewhere
Iceland.
west that's I can't remember. It's got a catchy name, it's like the Blast or something like that. That is just a black
Okay.
beach.
Yeah.
So maybe there, and that was a beautiful
I know
looking planet.
Scarif was in the Maldives.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which again, like I love that
I know
actually
they filmed
takes
it- I
place
know
in
they
like a
filmed in
tropical
Iceland as
island.
well.
Yeah.
I've seen it one because we stayed through the credits. Because on 21st Century Cinema, we think there's going to be a post-credit scene. There wasn't.
Nick Fury
But-
doesn't show up. Sorry.
But I've seen on the locations they filmed. One of them was like Iceland and stuff. So.
It was nice just to see a different variety of planets.
Yeah,
as well.
like I was saying, I loved how they had this big action scene, like this war-torn area in a tropical place, where usually that's somewhere that's meant to be serene and like linked to happiness, but it's
I
always
fought in
like
Scarif,
death.
man. You weren't there. Things I've seen.
To be fair, they wouldn't be saying that
It was-
because they'd all be dead.
Because they're all dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the set design, the prop design, everything, the location scouting, all expertly done. I think it feels so much more real than
Yeah. I think
than any of the others have. I think like seeing a stormtrooper covered in dirt
Yeah.
at the beginning was
Like
very
a lived
very-
in world.
do you know what this is
Yeah.
the perfect example of? Like when you invest a lot of money in, this is the result, you know?
Yeah.
Like you have
Money equals success.
But not always.
Success equals money.
Well, no, but you,
Success gets you pushed.
and I think you see it with like a lot of Disney projects, right? But like with DC, like you see that with Suicide Squad, they rushed things and they probably didn't invest the most money. It was very CGI heavy, and like
I
the
don't
results.
think I don't think this is money having good results. I think this is smart people having good
Well,
results.
no, I
like
think
talent.
smart use of money maybe.
Yeah, people using money well.
Because you can see that they invest in practical effects, which are expensive, and like they blended it with CGI again, also expensive, and it worked. You know, like
And
it's this impressive.
I think we do have to appreciate just how cool it must be to be Gareth Edwards.
Yeah.
Having gone in 6 years from making
monsters.
Yeah.
Monsters,
Which he created on his laptop.
Yeah, $500,000, a cast of 2, and a crew of like 3 or 4,
Yeah.
and now he's making a Star Wars.
Like, I can't
And
see
now
where he's going to go next. with
Everybody
these-
wants him to do everything now.
Yeah.
But there was also the guys who who were in the stilts for the monsters. They were pivotal to that
I
film.
think bouncing off from the
Fuck
effect,
you.
bouncing off from the effect. I think we need to talk about industrial light and magic
Oh,
Yeah.
because I think apart from Gareth Edwards, they stole the show.
Yeah.
Because I'm not calling them gods, but they created life.
Yeah, they raised the dead.
Did
Yeah.
you guys have any idea that Tarkin was going to be in this?
I knew. He was gonna be in it.
Yeah, I
heard
thought they
rumours,
just
yeah.
recast him.
I thought it'd be a cameo. I thought it'd be an Easter egg.
Yeah, I thought
He
it.
is one of the main characters.
Yeah.
And the actor has been dead for, 20, 30 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
scary.
Peter Cushing, exactly how you remember him.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like cutting, acerbic.
Like, it doesn't look perfect, but it's believable.
Yeah, it's
you know?
good enough.
Yeah,
It's- yeah, I like
amazing.
There are, maybe a few moments. I think something about the eyes look too shiny at times, but then...
I
But
saw
as
that
soon
in
as,
the
he,
nose.
as soon as he came on screen and started talking, me and Tom both went, no.
My jaw.
How the
was
hell
like-
did they get his voice?
Yeah.
Did a good impersonator, or...
Because I thought the voice actor for Tarkin was a lot better than the one for Vader. There was times when
Wasn't Vader just...
James L. Jones.
James Earl Jones?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
James L. Jones.
I assumed
Oh,
it was James Earl Jones.
He does sound different, but he could...
Because he's a lot. I think it's just because he's a lot older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it
They
was-
just
there was
picked
James
There
Earl
was
Oh,
just there was some intonations.
He smoked a lot of fags since then.
I understand
and
where you
some
come.
cigarettes.
I understand where you come. It was James L. Jones back when it does sound like he was a lot older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ironically, Darth Vader was younger in this.
Yeah.
But then also Leia.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
wow.
Tiny, very tasteful, tiny Leia cameo at the end, and she looked amazing.
Look.
Like,
She looked better than she did in New Hope.
It's because Carrie was probably just call her first name. Carrie Fisher's name.
Carrie and I, we go way back.
Carrie Fisher was probably like, yeah, couldn't just do something about my face, could you?
Yeah. Or she wasn't doing cocaine. This is her,
That's true.
her cocaineless face.
And that wasn't her voice at the end, was it? Because she sounds like a grandma now.
No, it's probably, again, digitally edited or something.
Yeah.
But it's
Oh,
like,
and-
it's more believable. Like, it's amazing. You could actually believe it's her.
Yeah.
And I will say obviously Tarkin has more screen time than her, interacts with more people. You forget that seeing Ben Mendelsohn act opposite him, you forget that they're not
Yeah.
even in the same room, let alone...
Because it's quite an
but
emotionally charged
I think
scene as well.
I believe they did have
They would have had a stand-in, but it
Yeah.
wouldn't have been... You kind of
Peter
forget
Cushing.
that it's not him.
Yeah.
you
Oh,
know?
to God, it wasn't Peter Cushing.
Yeah. Wheel him out.
But this shows you this is like the next step in like the revolutionary stage of like the
Yeah.
like.
But
it's
I
like-
think it needs to remain at this level where it is like scenes
But I think it's
Tastefully used.
used in moderation.
In
Kind of
this-
like
in-
Anthony Hopkins in Westworld.
Yeah, but in this film, I think
Spoilers.
it suited this film though, because obviously this is a film that fills a lot of gaps.
Yeah.
And it like as soon as we left, we were like I can't wait to watch these back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you do watch them back to back, it'll just make perfect sense
Mm.
because it'll just be a perfect flow rather than like, oh, they have to recast them. But no, it's literally Peter Cushing and it's literally Carrie Fisher, and then you go into A New Hope and it's Peter Cushing and Carrie
Yeah.
Fisher.
One little visual effect that I thought was just fantastic, and I think Henry, you mentioned it earlier as well. Just the Death Star blowing shit up.
Oh,
Yeah, because there's that moment where when it first fires the beam at the city, and Ben Mendelsohn looks out the window and very evilly says, "It's beautiful." And I was like, "Yes, it is."
I like how like off the cuff it's all that marker is. It's like oh, it's beautiful.
It
Like,
sounded
it's just looking at
reminded
a
me
flower or something.
of the way that Kristen Scott Thomas talks about his son's penis in Only God Forgives, where she goes like, "Oh, it was just enormous." Where he just goes like, "Oh, it's just beautiful."
nice pull there.
But also the after effects of the weapon, like the shockwaves, there's such
Yeah.
a scale to them.
They
man.
look like paint. I've Henry said before. They look like paintings. Like you just see, like
Yeah.
the way like because you'd think they just go for like the way a nuclear blast looks, but does it? It looks like
It looks like it's pulling like a string through the
yeah.
air.
It's like it's pulling it apart. It looks cool. And it happens so slow and it's like moves and it's like it looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the scale of that is really, really well done.
But I love the way they
slowing something down makes it feel so much more impactful.
I was getting like my like 2001 vibes because it was like every time you used a Death Star, it wasn't like boom and like big boom effect. It was more it treated it very gracefully and
Yeah,
very
the music was very, very interesting. The first time that the beam is fired, there's not like a tense silence and then a boom or anything like that. The same piece of music carries on and it doesn't pause or anything for it.
Yeah.
And I was shocked that I was like, oh, it's already fired the
Yeah.
thing. I was
Yeah,
really, really
I
surprised.
think it's worth noting that Michael Giacchino went for a different approach with the music.
I love
It was surprisingly. Obviously, I didn't notice it like 100% of the time, but there were genuine standout times where it was distinctly un-Star Warsy. Like
It wasn't tethered to the screen.
No.
Yeah.
The thing, like, I
It
think...
felt much more. Like I said this not recording, but it felt more like an emotive score than a narrative.
Yes.
Yes.
So
like
it didn't feel like it was made for the scene.
Because Tom like, nailed this before, because obviously the big thing with this Star Wars film is the fact it's not part of the saga film, so it's not an opera.
It's not a space opera. It's the film that, you know, whilst you're dreaming about Star Wars, it shakes you awake, slaps you across the face, and goes, "That's not what it's like. This is what it's like," and then points you at someone
Makes
dying.
you feel bad for enjoying Star
Yeah,
Wars.
it does.
But John Williams had that approach to the original trilogy.
Yeah.
So when Michael Giacchino came, it's more like you said, it's more like how it's for the scene. It's
This
more,
isn't swashbuckling Errol Flynn
No.
music.
It's
this
tragic.
is yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if a lot of people are going to do this, people are going to watch this and then go watch A New Hope, and when Luke turns up and starts bitching about moisture vaporators, you're like, people died for this.
Yeah. But
You whiny little man.
Yeah, I've been shooting fucking rats with my rifle. Yeah, I'm sure it's exactly like
I
that.
love the little callback. I love the little line about. Did you pick up on the line about that? The two stormtroopers like, oh, I'm glad those T-16s have been classed as obsolete, and it's like, oh my god,
It's about time.
yeah.
I love even just the sound design on the stormtroopers. They sounded exactly like.
Yeah, but then
They
they like almost garbled the talk of the Death Troopers, who are the ones that are all in black.
Oh, that was very creepy.
Yeah, it was like
They felt-
demonic almost.
Yeah, it made them feel like more removed from people because
There's
obviously being post Force Awakens, we feel some sympathy for the stormtroopers.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we've seen the human face of them now.
But then by not having them speak properly, it made them way more. It humanized them less, so they felt more intimidating.
The interesting thing with the stormtroopers in this one, I really enjoyed, was the fact like Donnie Yen hits them with his stick, and you see like one of the helmets like smash.
Yeah, there was.
And it's like such attention to detail like that.
There was
Like
more physicality to them, I think, than anything.
Yeah.
And we also see one get shot and not die instantly.
Yeah.
When Donnie Yen's using one as like a human shield,
Yeah.
and he just gets shot over and over, and you hear him scream. It's awful.
Unfortunately, it's the only time stormtroopers have actually been able to hit things is when they hit themselves.
in fairness, a lot of like you said, a lot of people get wasted in this film.
Yeah, the Imperial forces actually seem pretty competent in this.
And I
Yeah.
think while we're talking about Donnie Yen, I think we should kind of talk about the characters.
Yeah.
Because for me, he was a very, very interesting character. I think his performance was wonderful.
Yeah.
And like even from the beginning, I don't know Donnie Yen. I don't think I've seen him in anything else. But just the beginning, the way he.
Well, he's not that big over here in sort of Western cinema.
Well, yet,
not yet.
because he's gonna blow the fuck up.
I know.
He's in Triple X, isn't he?
A colleague of ours, Mr. Paul Wilkinson, said.
Of Angry Face fame.
Of Angry Face fame, yeah. Check out all of our posts for his angry faces. He said the reason why he's not been that big over here is because he doesn't speak much English.
But he spoke it perfectly fine.
Yeah, but when the trailers came out, we were both discussing this, and he was like, he didn't... is that someone dubbing him, or is he actually speaking? And I think it was to a level
His voice was great.
Yeah, I wouldn't even challenge that.
Yeah, not just like his accent or anything. I think his like
delivery was
his
great.
intonations and his delivery, it felt so natural. And just I loved the first scene with him, the way he's vacantly smiling. His smile was so charismatic and so interesting and so intriguing.
The way he's introduced as well, where you just hear his voice in the hubbub of the crowd.
Yeah, it's like blended in. You don't notice him at first.
It's kind of like Star Wars is like Hare Krishna. Like you can just hear him going, "Oh, I am one with the Force is with me," or something like that. And you kind of just like, "Oh, it's just part of the crowd," and then it gets a bit stronger and stronger and stronger, and then he calls.
I wouldn't be
Jyn out.
surprised if you listen to the score, it was like blended in there really quietly. Because that could be great. And he was great.
I just want to talk very quick about Mads Mikkelsen. I thought he was, because he keeps like over the past few months he keeps popping up in random movie like he's in Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
But I thought like he's. I feel like everyone who's in this is a main character in some way.
Yeah.
'Cause I think he is an integral character, but
I felt like any of them could have been the main character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because going into this, I thought he was going to be the MacGuffin. Because I thought he was going to be, they're after the plans, but Jin's after her father.
Yeah.
But he's actually in like few like really crucial scenes, and it's like.
And he's in few scenes.
Yeah,
He's got three scenes. I think.
Yeah, he's gone halfway through the film.
Yeah, but he's great, but I wasn't particularly blown away by him in this because I know he's always great.
Yeah, that's the thing. But that's the thing about like that's what I love about saying like the thing like when we discussed about Anthony Hopkins in Westworld, like he's always great. But it's great to see them in this world. Like I thought, and like the thing I love the most was like seeing him, like in scenes with Ben Mendelsohn. I was like, this is just brilliant.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Ben Mendelsohn's performance was exceptional.
Yeah,
I think
he's always very, 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 very.
He
good.
felt really human. It didn't feel like typical bad guy.
Yeah,
I think
like his motivations were
self-centered. Yeah.
He reminded me of Donald Gleason's character in Force Awakens in that he felt.
Yes.
He seemed like he was scared, and he seemed quite childish.
I think Ben Mendelsohn's definitely going to be on the rise. I know he's just won the Emmy for Bloodline, but I think he's definitely going to be on the rise now.
I think
I've
more than ever.
I've been like tracking him since 2012. And he's my boy. He's one of my boys now.
I think to end this is going to be one of many discussions about.
Oh wait, should we each pick a stand-up performance for us? Because we didn't give much time to performances or characters, or favorite character.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say Darth Vader, most badass we've ever seen Darth Vader.
Which we'll go into in a second.
I think my favourite character may have been Donnie Yen's character.
Oh yeah, she was great.
Chirrut Imwe.
Is that his character's name? Mm-hmm. Oh mate, there was an odd thing with Riz Ahmed's character where it made it seem like he'd been like he had PTSD at the beginning, and then they just kind of skirted over it.
Yeah,
I
thought that whole torture scene having a huge big sloppy alien was a bit out of place.
That was really weird.
Yeah, because I didn't know that your mum was in it.
Wow.
Okay. Way too pleased with myself.
I did love K2SO.
Yeah, the
voiced by Alan Tudyk.
Yes.
He reminded me. At his best, he made me laugh, and at his worst, he reminded me of Jim Parsons in The Big Bang Theory.
Really?
Yeah, he reminded me so much of that. And I fucking
in
hate The Big Bang
physicality,
Theory.
He's as gangly as Sheldon Cooper.
Honestly, I feel like he overstayed his welcome, and I was happy when he died.
Wow, I just love the sarcasm.
But then I've seen that done better in Interstellar with Tars.
Oh
yeah,
but Tarz's program, although he was like he cannot stop the sarcasm.
I like the K2SO is kind of a sort of harking back to 3PO, but he's got a bit more attitude.
Yeah, and he's not annoying.
For me, the standout performance in what was Cassian Andor.
Yes.
Yeah, he was great.
Because that's a character that you think you're gonna know who he is. You think he's gonna be Han Solo.
So many layers.
You think he's gonna be like
many layers.
The rebel hero. You think he's gonna be a good guy. He's not that good of a guy.
Yeah, I'm glad he's not the typical charismatic hero like Star-Lord or Iron Man.
And like
I forget the actor's name, but it's a rather thankless role for him. I feel like because nobody comes out of it going, "That guy was great." Well, because he does.
I do.
Well,
I think he was great too.
I feel like you're in the minority.
Diego Luna.
Is that his name?
That's his name?
Diego Luna, yeah. And like I just feel like it's such a true to life representation of someone who's forced to do heroic, in quotation marks, acts in war. They're not heroic acts.
Yeah, because there's a great scene where he's like we've done terrible things, and I like. And when you think about you've done all these Star Wars, I'm thinking rebellions are the good guys, and he's like, no, well, we've all done bad things.
To win a war, you don't just do like rescue missions.
No,
you do
some terrible shit,
dirty stuff. Yeah.
So I think just to
doesn't shy away from that.
I think just to end on very quickly, can we talk about the last 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Because
also just about Darth Vader in this, because
the
use of Vader was tasteful.
Yeah, because there's a great there's
tastefulness.
I have to say there's two main scenes with Vader.
Distasteful Vader is just like with like nipple clamps on.
No,
distasteful Vader was Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
True.
I think so. There's two main scenes with Vader. There's like
there's the scene that you think, oh, that's the scene with Vader in it.
Yeah, there's Jacuzzi Vader, and then there's 10 minutes of Vader.
Was that on Mustafar, that bit?
It did feel like it was.
I like how he has his own temple.
The crazy, dramatic place where Sauron... He kind of built himself the most emo palace ever.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But then
that was very cool. I love the detail of having him in that flotation tank thing.
Back to tank.
That was very.
But then
cool.
there's basically the last 10 minutes it's sinks.
Fucking horror show.
Yeah,
it's the horror film that I came up with on our.
Can we just say the coolest reveal of all time? It's basically a dark room.
Yes.
And then Vader basically lights his lightsaber, and that's the only light of the. So
that was the shot I described in my horror.
Yeah, he is
just it going dark, and you're hearing.
Yeah.
And it's just lit up like just a red.
Just the way he force pushed someone to the ceiling and just like dropped them.
Because he became the Jason Voorhees of Star Wars.
I would rewatch that. Just
that scene is perfect.
I know people didn't like Fantastic Four, but it reminded me of the Doom scene in Fantastic Four when he's running down the
little
corridor,
bit, yeah.
exploding people.
The thing that makes
the
thing that makes that scene perfect is it's like a horrific relay race.
Yeah.
Because some of the rebels have got the plans,
Yeah.
but one of the doors won't open.
Yeah.
So they're trying to cram they're knocking on the door, trying to get someone's attention to
and you see
grab.
like
that
somebody grab it
desperation's
for a
amazing.
second and then get killed straight away and throw it.
Yeah, it's
And-
like-
Yeah, because one of them gets shot in the back of the leg, and he like just falls down, and he's just like, take it.
and then the door comes straight open,
Yeah.
and then Vader's just taking out people
You
left
feel the
and right.
desperation in that
yeah,
scene.
it's such a desperate, horrible.
Yeah.
It does
It
turn,
is the closest we are going to get to the Star Wars horror movie.
it
and I
turned into a horror show.
absolutely loved it, and it was very, very strange having that kind of after the rest of the film. It felt like
It totally
It's set
works.
up though, because I think
it felt like it was made for me. I
Yeah.
felt like it was like, oh, they put that in there.
It's perfect set up because they say to Tarkin, it's like, oh, what, should we sort out the rebels? And I was like, well, no, Vader's on it.
And his entrance was perfect when the other ships go into hyperspeed and his ship crashes into them.
Yeah.
And they just bounce off, and it was amazing.
But then it was like, and then, like I said, it literally ends with the start of A New Hope. Like,
Yeah.
Leia has the plans. CGI, industrial light and magic, Princess
Yeah.
Leia.
It looks no different from A New Hope. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
It's just amazing.
and I think I just spent like 10 minutes after the credits just wheezing, just how and like I just couldn't handle how amazing. I was brought to tears nearly 3 times in this film. I love Force Awakens, but this was an emotional roller coaster that like any film ever has got a challenge to top.
Is that your closing statement?
I think so. It's like
Rogue One?
it moved me.
Yeah.
To a bigger house.
I think we all
That was a
loved
Simpsons
it, you know, and we have faith that Star Wars isn't going to go back to the prequels now.
No.
You know, after 2 films, we know it's in safe hands with Disney.
Especially because when you think when you just think of like, because when you see what JJ did and now we've seen what Gareth Edwards did,
Yeah.
it makes sense. Like, okay, Ryan Johnson's Star Wars is going to be very interesting, and then Colin Trevorrow's like you can tell they're going to go his Star Wars through the lens of this director.
You could say we now have A New Hope.
Oh,
Please don't let that be the end of the episode.
Let's end it there.
I just want to say my sort of final statement on this was it fulfilled everything that I wanted this to be,
Yeah.
which
and
is
so much
more
more.
Star Wars.
Yeah. That's saying a lot for you because you're the biggest Star Wars
Yeah,
fans.
I've maybe got the biggest sort of
You have the biggest
aspirations.
ownership over
Yeah.
it.
And it did things that I didn't want. I didn't think I wanted from Star Wars, but I did,
yeah,
and I'm totally okay with that.
Hey, you're welcome.
and like. And we now know that Disney listens to the show because they took so many ideas from it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give us our money, Disney.
So that's because obviously that's why the reshoots happened, because we pitched our.
that's it. Because we put stuff out on the air, and
Yeah.
they're like, oh man, yeah, Darth Vader in the dark and the lightsaber lights up. Yeah, let's nick
I
that.
just want to stay as well because basically we mentioned in our New Hope commentary plug is that we did say like how cool it'd be if it ends with the start of A New Hope, because we got told because we got told it was going to
20
end
minutes or something.
15-20 minutes before
Yeah.
New Hope. No, it is directly New Hope.
I love that connection. Yeah.
and it's like it because that scene with Vader is more or less what I wanted. It was just perfect.
Yeah. But yeah.
And I just say we've spoiled the fuck out of this film anyway. That last shot with Jin and
Oh, Cassian, yeah.
Cassio
That was great.
just holding each other as the world goes up. I was like, that was a beautiful
And
send-off.
I think I said it, but I will say it again. I love that they killed people in this, and they
Yeah.
really, really did kill a lot of people.
Because
and
I
it
was so
great.
scared they were gonna go, oh, Jin survived, and then in episode 8 she shows up as an old woman, and I was like, I was.
Played by Dame Helen Mirren.
Anyway, I think that's a
But
place
anyway,
to end it. Right,
definitely.
Yeah, I think so. Thank you for
Tom? Quick
listening.
plugs.
I was gonna cue you in,
Oh, okay.
dude.
Sorry, I thought you were
Can
in.
I do a quick closing statement?
Yeah.
The best of the prequels.
Yeah.
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 Definitely.
The best prequel. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for listening to our Rogue One special. We've got a commentary on A New Hope to get you ready for when you watch that next.
Yeah.
And we've got our official review soon to come out. And how can they find it, Nick?
You can go follow us at WhatShift Reviews on Instagram, at WhatShift Podcast on Instagram as well, or on Twitter, where later today when we're recording this on the 15th of December, if you go back
That's
to our
it.
tweets. I don't know if you can be bothered to go back. I don't know. I'm a bit tired now. I don't know what I'm saying. Basically, we're going to have loads of reactions and stuff and put up a review. Go on Facebook and like our page if you haven't done that.
The man's got a marketing degree.
Aye.
Yeah, and if it's still Christmas when you listen to this, go on to our website and look at our gift diff, which is whatship.co.uk/gift diff, where you can find loads of gift suggestions. And even if it's not Christmas, use it for birthday presents.
Oh, yeah.
Or get ready for next year.
Yeah, we'll get ready for next year. Start buying now.
Birthdays happen all
It's a
year
pretty
round.
cool list.
I remember going into a card shop when I was younger going, why are they doing birthday cards? It's not even my birthday.
But yeah, and then go on SoundCloud, iTunes, follow us.
YouTube
listen to our
as well
stuff.
now.
And YouTube, yeah.
Yes.
Can't forget about that.
Cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
there
Thank
you
for
go.
listening.
Well,
And may the force
be with you.
Yeah. You're not going to ruin this, Henry. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.